Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, back to reality in the shed. Anyway, fantastic couple of days, and thanks to everybody who watched them couple of videos. That's much appreciated because I really do enjoy making them sort of videos. It's good fun. Anyway, a couple of things while I was away. As you can see, we had the powder coating back, but we are missing one vital part to be able to continue with the build. Although I've still got bits that I am cleaning up and stuff, so I have got stuff to get on with. So as you can see, we've got the swing arm all done, beautifully done, nice job. We've got all the little bits, number plate brackets, parts of the under tray, all engine mounting brackets in there and such like. And I did change my mind on one thing. There's the thing. The fork bottoms. I was going to polish them, but I thought that they're such a pain to keep on top of, especially being at the front of the bike again, all the like stones coming off the road and everything like that, and they soon start going dull in no time. So I've decided to have them powder coated, same as the frame and everything, in satin black, and they've come out really nice. And I think it'll look well against the wheels and everything else. So yeah, I decided to go black. It'll be easier to keep clean in the long run. Anyway, the frame is the vital part that I haven't got. Reason being, Alex messaged me while I was away, and after it got blasted, it exposed some pinholes on the bottom frame rail. So he'd done the right thing. He didn't powder it because then that would have been more trouble to repair. So he held off till I got back. So the day I got back, I was straight up there, collect it, straight back here, repaired all the rot, and got the frame back up to him ASAP. I didn't film none of it. I just got back, all the memory cards were full, all the batteries were flat, so, and I had to just get that back up there as quick as I could. And I believe he's doing it today, so I could have it back this evening or early tomorrow morning. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, it was good of him to spot that and check over it. There's a lot of powder coaters out there that would have just slung the powder on that, and then it would have been more of an headache to repair. Anyway, like I say, hopefully that will be back later today or tomorrow. But there is other stuff we can get on with. I'm going to cast all this aside because I can't use any of it yet, although I could build the forks up. May do that later. I'm going to continue cleaning all the rest of the bits ready for when that frame comes back, so this bike can go together really quick. And don't laugh, I have changed my mind a tiny little bit on one thing. Sort of held off having that powder coated because it's nothing major. I just want to do something so it looks better and more in keeping with the bike. I've been thinking of it and thinking, and if I've got a doubt, it means it needs changing, so I'm going to do that. Anyway, let's get on with cleaning something. Right, I've decided to go and do the little change of mind thing first. Yeah, I've been thinking about this one for a while. It's the clocks. I don't know, it's just something about them that niggles me. So I'm going to change them. I don't think the shape of them matches the bike, because we've got a few like bits on the bike that are more up to date, like the tank and stuff, and the colours, you know, even the fork bottoms being black, it's more of a modern look, isn't it? So I'm going to make this a lot more simple and not so rounded. I think that's the problem with it. It's the roundy bits. And this little shape here, it's sort of aging it too much, if you know what I mean. you know, I guess some of you will prefer this one, I get that, but it's niggling me, so I need to change it. Plus, with it being sort of stacked, the clock's sort of stacked on top of each light, so it's sitting too high. So I'm going to do them both together. And then we've got, in this little recess here, is where the warning lights, is what we call them, idiot lights. Can I find that little unit? Don't know where to put it. I've got one idea, it's probably gone in a box and to my little temporary storage place, so I'll have to go and check there later this evening, I think. So yeah, hopefully I'll find it, because that was quite expensive. So yeah, I'm going to do something really simple, not so roundy, because I think that's what's doing it for me, or not doing it for me. Again, like I say, we'll have these side by side lights, so the little box that has the warning lights in, sort of set a bit lower but between the clocks, and then a bit of a recess on top for the little GPS unit. Anybody asking what this is for, the speedo basically works by GPS, just like the speed on your sat-navs basically. I know there's going to be arguments there. Is that even legal? Is that MOT passable? Your speedo never gets checked at an MOT place, ever. It's not part of it, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, so this is the chunk that I'm not quite so happy with. I may even clean that up and shove it on the old eBay for someone else to have a go at, because it ain't quite finished yet. You know, when I do things on the camera, I get all the basics done so you can see how I've done it. Then there's normally a bit of tidying up afterwards, sort of off camera, while I'm filling the basket up for everything to go to powder coating. So I'll decide what I'm doing with that. So I'm happy with this bit, which clipped over the top yoke there. And I'm happy with that bit, which fitted to there, which changed the angle of these. So I'm going to use all that and make something really simple, which is really low and not sort of sticky uppy like that one, and too rounded, in my opinion. But yeah, I think we'll have rounded sides, flat top, flat bottom, flat back. I think that'll suit the bike a bit more, and then we'll have all this finished in powder coating. That's sort of why I've held off taking that to the powder coaters, but he knows I've got a few little dregs of bits that he'll turn around very quick when I take them. Stuff like the side stand has got to go up, so yeah, he'll do a very fast turnaround on them. Anyway, there's not a lot to do to this bike while I'm waiting for the frame to be sort of redone, well, powdered, because like I say, bottom frame rails were suffering somewhat, so basically I'm just cleaning things up, so when that frame comes back, this bike's going to fly together. Anyway, let's find some materials to do this, and this shouldn't take that long to do, although I don't know the time. I am on the school run with Abby, so I am popping in and out, still helping out with things. Right, okay, what I want to do first is basically draw around this, because it's more or less the same size as that, to give me an idea how big we're going to have the actual face of the clocks. So I want to try and keep it to an absolute minimum, so we can make these as small as possible. So get around that one, and then what I've done, because I can't find that warning light thing, I've cut that out because I want to be able to get that in between. Now to me that's spreading the clocks too far apart. Right, plan B. I can't remember how the wire goes on it. I need to go and find that this evening at my temporary storage place. I'm sure it's there. What I might do with that then, little warning light unit, is drop it into that. I think that'll be better actually. Drop it into that. I've got enough depth on that to drop it in. Then there would just be a very short pass of wire here, which I'll hide the best as I can, where it'll go into the wiring of all the clocks and everything will come out together. I think it'll go there. It can go anywhere there. I've got enough room. I think putting it there will help me make the clock sort of dashboard, whatever you want to call it, really small. So yeah, that's how we're going. Right, I've got this cut out, marked out. I may have marked it wrong on the first attempt. But it doesn't matter, because it'll obviously disappear when we cut the circle out. So I'm going to cut them out now. Then we've got to radius the ends. Then make the rest of the body. Then fit the little GPS thing in the top. So we'll do a little recess for that sits in. And then I've got to find where I've put the warning lights. I'm definitely going to put them in that bit. I may even sink them in at a bit of an angle. I think that might be better. Anyway, I'll drill these out and we'll get on with the rest of it. Right, as I hadn't got the correct size hole saw, I've had to go with the closest one, which is slightly too small, and the next one up was far too big. So I've just quickly, this was something that was actually about right. I just skimmed a tiny bit more off it in the lathe so I can mark it out and keep everything sort of central. So basically I've got to just get the rest of this out with a die grinder. Won't take long. Get this pen to work properly. There you go. I'm just going to do a little simple jig to basically shape the body up for it. So I'm going to use these two pieces of tubes. They're not quite the right size, but with a bit of spring back on the material when we roll it round, it should be about there. So I'm just going to drop that piece of material in the middle there. Maybe I'll get the welder around first. Hold on. Get that so it's in reach. Oh, let's start that again. Put that in there like so. And I'm going to roll. No, it's not working. Come on, behave. Let's try that. I'm going to roll these out. So it's the same as this. A bit more. A little bit more. That'll do. So I've got a piece of plate and I'm going to shake that round there. It should be about right, I hope. I'm going to start this. There's the bit we want to shape. I'm going to sandwich that against the tubes with another bit of plate. That'll stop that bulging out, hopefully, because that's going to be the top and I want it nice and flat. So that should get us started. And we can mess about with the bottom because we're going to have a hole cut in the bottom anyway. Push them slightly over. Right, that's going to get us somewhere near. Right, let's see what that's looking like. Okay, I've had to sort of manipulate it a bit. It weren't too far off. I've got it cable tied up to keep it squeezing that way while I put it in the vise. The vise is sort of squeezing it that way to shut all the gaps off. So I think I'm about ready to tack it in. And then I guess we'll just seam all that bit up and dress it back. Dressed up. I'm just going to try it in place. Right, which way it's that? Yeah, goes in like that. Just spin one knot on for now. So it's not finished yet, so don't judge it yet. So obviously that will be on there like so. Like I said, we're going in with the warning lights in there, probably set in at an angle. And I'll put the fixing plate on this for these two threads here, but it gives an idea where we're going. And then we'll do a nice bit of shaping on top for the GPS unit. I'm not just going to stick it on top, I'm going to sink it in. So we'll do a bit of shaping there, and that sits in. So we sort of lowered it quite a lot compared to how that was sitting, which was right up here. I'll have it all done in satin black. It's going to sit lower, obviously, with the headlight of the bike as well. I think it's very simple, but I think it'll actually look better. Less is more and all that. Like I say, I may even sink it in from the front, so this is a bit of a better shape just there. We'll see how it goes. Well, that is loads lower. I think it will look better with the headlight and everything. Right, I think that'll do. So tomorrow I'll put the back on it, that won't take too long, and put the base in to do the holes for the fixings, and obviously sink the GPS in. That will be all finished tomorrow. And I've got to go and find the warning lights to put in this top bit. That should be all good then. But yeah, still a bit of shaping to do, but it will be finished tomorrow, and you'll see what the end result is. Anyway, I think that'll do. It's getting quite late, so I've got a few other things to do down the house, so I'm going to call it a day at that. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.